Good morning, friends. Today we are going to speak about a very untouched topic which is not spoken about. A topic known as sports physiotherapy, a topic known as sports medicine. There has been a lot of confusion regarding these topics because, as far as athletes are concerned, a lot of these entities are a daily thing for all these athletes. You speak about rehabilitation, you speak about strength and conditioning, you speak about training and a lot of other and recovery as well. So, to speak on the same topic, today we have an expert with us, a mentor to me, a close friend, and founder director of Fit2Sport, Dr. Ajit Mapari. Morning, sir.
Hello, Priya. Hello, thank you for the introduction. I know this is a topic which we usually discuss so much, what is happening and this that. But yes, for our viewers, I definitely want to kind of throw some light on different aspects of all these. What do you say? This support system we can call it for a performance in an athlete. So yes, good to have you here and kind of having some discussion basically on this topic, especially with this given COVID situations around. A lot of people want to kind of listen to and even implement certain stuff. So we decided as Fit2Sport to start off this activity where it will be more of a discussion sort of on certain topics which we can not only help introduce certain newer things to our athletes and viewers, but also some inspirational and motivational stuff as well. So yeah, tell me, what we should tell our viewers now.
So, first of all, I would like to know, in a country like India, where there are very lot of athletes who train to work hard, who train to get a medal for the country, who do a lot of other things. What prompted you to go into this field, and what prompted you to decide that you have to enter sports medicine? Because a lot of people have no idea about that sports medicine is a different entity. Everybody has an idea of a surgeon and surgery, but nobody knows what sports medicine does. So, what would you like to share?
Yeah, so basically, there are, so as you know, and I want to tell my viewers as well that I was working with a renowned sports surgeon for a length of time, at least a decade and more. And that kind of developed a lot of interests. As an individual, I'm a sport enthusiast. I love watching sport. I used to play a lot as well. So what happens is, the surgical side of it, right? Because working with a very renowned sports surgeon becomes very easy to understand the other aspect of it. So after having worked so much in the surgical aspect, I started getting interest in the non-surgical aspect of this sports. So I used to see a lot of athletes coming to the outpatient department with a lot of aches and pains who doesn't require surgery, but I suppose they wanted to kind of get a solution to their problem. Of course, physiotherapy is an integral part of the rehab process and all, but I then decided to do a formal education, and because we don't have much sports medicine courses in India, other than NIS Patiala, where they do have diploma in sports medicine, but I was not aware of it when I did it. But I wanted to kind of do some master's post my medicine graduation, and then I decided to apply, and I got admission to one of the topmost universities in sports and exercise medicine in UK, University of Exeter, and that kind of not only helped me open doors to a different world of sports and exercise medicine, but understood what the Western world is doing in this field. So as you rightly pointed out, sports medicine is definitely a different vertical altogether, which is unfortunately not very much developed in our country. But yes, I do want to bridge this gap between an athlete and a sports surgeon, where you can call it a sports physician. Something which is kind of known to many athletes now, that there is somebody who can bridge this gap between the athlete coaches and the sports surgeon when surgery is required. Um, so sports medicine as a vertical, even if you look at different scenarios abroad, uh, they kind of it is a group of specialists who work towards not only enhancing performance of an athlete, but also treating their injuries and things like that. So it is kind of an overall umbrella that you call as sports and exercise medicine, and that is where kind of that interests me because I could see myself in the role of bridging this gap between performance enhancement, injury management, surgically as well as non-surgically.
Okay.
So my past experience definitely helped me, and my passion towards working with sports and athletes definitely forced me, rather happily forced me to take up this, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it till now.
Sir, I would like you to ask from your experience. I've known you for several years. You have been working with so many athletes, so many international teams. You work with Pune City FC, you work with Delhi Doubles, the Kabaddi team, and you have worked with very international staff. You have worked with very people who are experts in their own field. We, India, as a country of 130 crore people, why do you think that we are still not up to that mark so that we can produce Olympic medalists? What do you think about it?
See, this is kind of a very, very, very vast topic to discuss. But let me just kind of try to put it in certain brief it down to and split it into few things which I think are more important. Now, first thing is my experience with say with Pune City or the league of the Kabaddi we cannot kind of discuss more because this is an indigenous game. We are right there. We are world champions for so many years. We know the sport in and out. But when it comes to football, obviously all of you know that ISL League has they have technical staff which is hired from Europe and South America and obviously from other countries, especially because we are still to develop as a football nation. So last few years when this ISL started, I've been involved since the first season. So it was no doubt a very, very pleasing experience to work with probably the best in the industry today because there were coaches who were training this ISL teams from Europe and South America who have been stalwarts in football today. Right from the biggest clubs you name in the world, they have been associated with them. There were players who played at the highest level. They represented their own countries in football, and they were a part of this ISL. So interacting with them, interacting with the support staff, even there were sports physiotherapists who were hired from outside. And I was, as I said, very fortunate to have learned so many things from these people as well. Be it sports science, be it sports physiotherapy, be it nutrition. So these things, and obviously the technical staff, the coaching staff. So I definitely now understand that, coming to the second part of your question, that why India probably doesn't have so much of international representation. So I think one thing is lacking is professionalism. Professionalism to the core, be it anybody, be it athlete themselves, be it a team, be it a club, be it a coach, be it the parents, be it the surrounding infrastructure that they have. We lack professionalism to a great extent. Period. This is one. Secondly is about taking help of these experts. So I'm not necessarily that you have to have only international experts and things like that to develop a particular athlete or a team. You can have a backup of a sports science expert, a sports medicine expert, a sports physiotherapist, a sports nutritionist, a sports psychologist. So these things, and the most important part is they all have to be on one page. So if you want to have an athlete or a team representing at the highest level and competing internationally, there are so many factors that are involved in grooming that athlete, and it is a process. So if you don't professionally have that process in place, it becomes very difficult for achieving something at the highest level, say Olympics. So in spite of, as you said, forget about the whole population number per se, but even sports population, if I may put it right, in our country is huge, and talent is also immense. But unfortunately, there are certain factors that are responsible for not achieving that same kind of a thing that internationally, the thing that international athletes achieve. So, to give you example of say tennis, very few of our tennis players have really performed at the highest level, winning grand slams and things like that. But that too in doubles. But if you talk about singles, we are, barely getting there in the top 100 now. In singles, that too, it's a very tough role to kind of get there. So there are, as I said, there are too many examples which I can quote, and it's a huge topic to discuss. But primarily, I think taking help of all the related experts and being very professional in your approach is going to be the key going forward.